G'day, Steve Morgan here, and we are at the conclusion of the atomic round of the Daiwa BREAM Series here at Ballina. Ballina is the home of Frogley's Offshore, which is the importer and manufacturer of atomic gear. And Tristan, you're sponsored by those guys. You rode that sponsor Karma wave just as far as it goes this weekend, didn't you?
That's it. That's what they say, that the sponsored anglers always do well in their naming events.
I reckon you need to do the maths on it because it seems to always happen.
Yeah. I think down at Foster, Tommy did well and a couple other guys, yeah.
Now, let's have a look at your score sheet here. This is the click-clack boards that we have that on site show the anglers how their results go. First day, 5 fish for 2.61 kilos. Second day, 5 fish for 2.375. When you were heading in on the second day, did you think you had enough to take it out? Because they're not heavy bags as far as East Coast bream fishing goes.
Not really, actually. I thought I'd just fallen a little bit short. You know, I thought maybe one of the guys with 2.4 yesterday might have come back with 2.6, 2.5, and that would just nip me. But yeah, happy to take the win.
Now, during the presentation, you said that it was a difficult weekend for you. We talked to Builder Mick, the non-boater champion, caught over 100 fish for the weekend and nailed them. How was your weekend on the water?
Definitely not a nailing the bream fest. It was really slow, only caught 6 fish each day. So you had one upgrade each day. You had no room for error.
Yep. And I suppose your last upgrade you catch today, what time did that happen?
Didn't get it until about 1:30.
Okay, so half an hour before the end was when this tournament was decided.
Yeah, basically at midday both days I only had 2 fish.
Well, I know you use a lot of the sponsors' gear. Run through the outfit you've got for us here. We may have seen it before in some interviews, but this gets the job done for you.
It certainly does. This is the Samurai Reaction 201, which I've been using for about the last 10 years, and it's just the best rod in my hands. I love the feel of it. It's just perfect for plastics and hard bodies. I've got a Luvius 3000 LT, which is just a new reel, but that's been really fantastic. Love their new gear, really light, really efficient. And that has got the Unitica Aerica braid. It's like an egging braid, so mainly made for squid fishing, but it works really well for bream. It's 10 pound. And then I have an Agar fluorocarbon leader, which is 6 pound.
And that you were telling me that that's basically the rig that you use all over Australia. It doesn't matter if you're in Tassie, WA, Gladstone, that's what you tie on.
It's basically what I tie on everywhere.
What about on the business end? What do we got on there? We've got a big Atomic Seekers jig head. What is going on with that lopsided thing?
That is a quarter ounce Atomic Seekers and Z-Man grub. And seems a little silly to be using a quarter ounce in 3 foot of water, but that's what you needed with this wind and all the current, and to get it in the right spot and still be able to feel your lure and be in contact with it.
Tell us about the spot you fished. You said it was a little breakthrough in the wall that had some special characteristics.
Yeah, inside the porpoise wall. So a lot of people went onto the outside of the porpoise wall, which makes sense. There was fish there, people were catching, but on the inside of the porpoise wall, it's really sandy. And with the swell that was coming through this weekend, there was a lot of swell pushing over the wall. And in a few spots, the wall actually has broken holes in it, like missing rocks. And so there's little blowouts where the sand drops from 2 foot into 3 foot. And in those little sand blowouts is usually where we found them.
And that's where you put your heavy jig head and made them eat it.
That's it, yeah. Heavy jig head right down in the sand. And a lot of the time they were on the sand, not on the actual rocks themselves. And the key, I think, was we were getting a lot of the snowy bream coming in off the sea walls, which we weren't allowed to fish this weekend. So they were still in good condition compared to a lot of the fish upriver.
So your bags were weighing heavier than the upriver fish, because those upriver fish, especially yesterday, we came in with some really light, gaunt fish. It seems like the quality sort of improved a little bit today, and maybe that had to do with the length of time that swell was running at the mouth.
Yeah, possibly more fish coming in, but you can really tell the difference. Like the skinny gaunt fish are quite dark, and then these snowy sea bream were really almost white in colour and quite thick.
Well, how many ABT qualifiers have you won now? I know this is the second time in a row you've won here at Ballina. Do you know what the tally's up to?
I think it might be at 5 or 6, not sure.
There you go. When you can't count them, it's a pretty good thing. Any of your sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, Atomic and Frogley's Offshore. These guys have looked after me for years, and their gear has just been perfect in my hands, and I think a lot of people would get a lot of benefit out of it. It's perfect little setup here.
Well, that's awesome. One final question that I have for you. I was watching a movie the other day and a dental ad came on and your face was on it. Is that your day job, being a male model?
Were you in Hawthorne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tristo was 20 foot high, but he feels 20 foot high now because he has just won the Atomic Qualifier here at Ballina.